Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matt with RAR TCG. The market is heading towards a crash, a critical point whenever the demand is going to burst. The bubble's gonna burst, y'all. This is my honest opinion. Yes, this is a video about the market crashing in the midst of one of the craziest bull runs that we've ever seen. If that doesn't get you a little upset, I don't know what will. And if you disagree with me, comment down below right now with a clown emoji. You don't even have to watch the rest of the video. If you don't agree with me, comment down below. I'm happy with it. Before we dive into the video though, let's go ahead and hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button, comment down below whether it's the clown emoji or whether you're just saying hi. Really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. We are so close to 800 subscribers. And our goal is 1,000, guys. We're getting closer and closer every single day. I really appreciate you guys. And special shout out to this shirt. This is my very first ever competition shirt for Strongman, the Wild West Rumble. It was a super fun show. It was crazy. It's what got me hooked in Strongman, and super happy I just trained tonight and I had it on. I just want to shout that out. So why do I think the market's gonna crash? Let's dive right into the video. No fluff about this one, guys, other than the shout out about liking and subscribing and my shirt. So why do I think that? Number one, the Destin Rivals pump. I don't even think it's a dump. The Destin Rivals buyout and pump, I think, is a top signal. I think that this is showing just how much of a thin line Pokemon is walking for all of these, these block pieces, all of this tower of cards that's being built, for it all to crumble very quickly. This is showing that there has been a change in consumer behavior. For the last several months, you've heard influencers on YouTube and social media, and you've heard through the grapevine that there's a lot of people with a lot of capital waiting on the sidelines. I think that perception is changing, and I think that this buyout of Destin Rivals, one of the newest sets in Pokemon, is proof of that. Because all it takes is a significant reprint of Destin Rivals to severely impact consumer confidence and I think the market overall. But am I a clown? Maybe. Let me know down in the comments, guys. I really want to take a second to talk about influencer perception, okay? Because just this week, like in the last 48 hours, guys, it is Tuesday. It is brand new. This week is brand new. I have seen some prominent voices in the space do a 180, guys. They are turning all the way around and walking the other direction. I'm talking about people like Twice Baked Jake. Literally released a video and said, I was wrong about recommending that you guys wait. I was wrong. Prices are not going to get better. Right now is the best time to buy. That is starkly different. It's a 180-degree turn from the previous kind of statement that Jake was saying. Now, I know not everyone watches Jake, and this is primarily a business kind of channel, so let's talk about nostalgia-nomics. Let's talk about Alex. Alex has had a starkly kind of difference in his perception as well. Alex has never been bearish on the market, okay? I don't want it to come across as if he was saying wait till MSRP. Obviously, he is all about, he's all about putting people down that are I'm gonna wait crowd, right? But here's where I think that Alex's perception and his approach has changed, okay? For a while now, I think for a while, his approach has been to buy boxes at $200. It's kind of been, he just came out and talked about this. I don't know if it was on a live stream or recent video. That's been his approach, like waiting till boxes hit that $200 range and then jumping in for investment buying and things like that. Well, just recently, he's changed that and is thinking that maybe that needs to be $250 or $300 now. That is a huge difference when you're talking about an investor. Okay, you're not talking about someone jumping in for a quick flip. You're talking about someone that's considering deploying a considerable amount of capital to buy something and hold it for a long time. You see, the biggest issue here that I think people are having is Pokemon's reprint strategy so far. Their reprint strategy has been to print more collection boxes, just boxes and products with packs in them, maybe packs for multiple sets. And that's how they've been approaching reprints. You do see some bundles, you do see some ETBs, some higher sought after items, but you haven't seen a large reprint of booster boxes. That is very curious because it is very different than their approach in the past. So I think what's happening is we finally are hitting this critical point in the hobby where people have seen this long enough. They're saying, okay, Pokemon, we've watched you for the last 8 months. We've watched you for the last 8 to 9 months since this all started, and you have not reprinted boxes en masse. Boxes are the go-to quintessential, long-term hold, really serious collectors and people in the hobby go after those booster boxes and booster box cases. So I think what we're seeing some prominent voices, people with a lot of capital, people with a lot of influence are now taking that 180-degree turn. And maybe you could say for Alex, it wasn't a 180 turn. Maybe it was just like a 40-degree turn, a 45-degree turn to where Alex is now. I think Alex obviously has been bullish this whole time. But Jake, man, that video, it just blew my mind. I was like, there's no way I'm actually watching this. And because I think Jake's kind of been the, not cheerleader, but he's kind of been the vocal point for the kind of waited out crowd. I'm not gonna throw him in the I'm gonna wait. I don't know Jake and I don't watch his content all that often, but I do watch it occasionally. To see him unashamedly say, you need to buy now. Now is the best time to buy Mega Evolutions is wild. So all this to say is very prominent influencers, their perceptions are changing. People with influence. They're going to influence other people with larger amounts of capital, people that have maybe been waiting for prices to correct. And if we see a surge in buying, we will see a very temporary moment where the market looks to go bonkers. I think prices are going to surge across the board, whether it's like high in demand singles, especially sealed product with boxes. But listen, this is a house of cards. We are calling Pokemon's bluff, but Pokemon holds all the cards, guys. Pokemon literally holds all the cards. And yes, we have seen them release product, but we do not have a crystal ball, and we do not know exactly what Pokemon's approach to reprinting has been. I'm not here to say that they're just sitting on this gold mine of boxes right now that they're just going to flood into the market. If you're like a conspiracy theorist, you think that's going to happen, let me know in the comments. But I am saying that all it would take is literally at this point with Destined Rivals the way it is, all it would take is a significant, but it doesn't have to be extravagant. It just needs to be a significant reprint to Destined Rivals boxes. In the house of cards, the dominoes start falling, okay? Because now a lot of people are buying in $300, $400, $500 per box for a brand new booster box, guys. I can't believe it. Man. On top of that, I think some of the more, I hate to say this, but some of the more like conservative, safer voices, some of the more bearish voices in the hobby are not changing their perceptions, okay? And maybe you say like, oh, that's typical bear behavior. They're just gonna be bears and sit on the fence forever. But I'm talking about Catch 'em All Collectibles, Dan, and I'm talking about, is it Cardinal? Yeah, Cardinal Gaming. Man, is that Mason? I think it's Mason. I love those guys. Everyone I'm mentioning today, I watched their videos, from Twice Baked Jake to Mason at Cardinal, to Nostalgianomics. Like, I literally watch everyone in this space. Love you guys if you happen upon this video. But listen, Mason released a video just recently, and I mean, you need to go watch it. It is so good. Man, he literally talks about this idea of artificial demand. How much of it is organic versus inorganic? I actually recently just released another video talking about inorganic demand versus organic demand as well. And I really resonate with what he's saying. Well, first of all, I am a little bit biased because I did release and have a video where I thought very similarly. But he makes this statement way better than I ever could about how fickle the hobby really is, about how easy it is for someone with a large amount of capital or a small group of people with a substantial amount of capital, how they can jump into marketplaces like eBay and TCG Player, and all they got to do is buy out 15, 20 boxes, and then all of a sudden the price skyrockets $200 on boxes because of how small the actual products, how little product there is in the market right now. It doesn't take much to influence the market. Cardinal Mason also mentions that there's a lot more product that's not listed online than there is that's online, but the entire market is determined. Market price is determined by TCG Player and by eBay. And so all you have to do, if you want to mess around and find out, all you got to do is have capital and force price changes online. And all it takes, literally 20 cases, not even cases, 20 boxes of a booster box set. And you can cause a price go from 300 like Destined Rivals, 300 to 400, all the way up to 700 and back down to 5. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, but that's not organic. That's not organic demand. That is artificial, and it's being manipulated. Anyways, amazing video. Go watch it. But that's really the second point. The first one is that the perceptions changed in the hobby. We are seeing people now engage at higher prices. It's become the new normal. I see a lot of people pushing that. It's becoming the new normal with these prices. Whether that's for good or bad, I'm one to say that I think that these are all signs that the house of cards is starting to wobble a little bit. I think these are all signs that maybe that first domino could be about to fall. Now, will that be tomorrow? I don't know. Will it be 6 months? Maybe after the 30th anniversary, maybe a year from now. I don't know the time frame, but I do know that I'm looking at this from the outside, from somebody that enjoys the hobby, collects the cards, runs a small business, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is very interesting. Because if you watch Rudy's old videos, if you go to any of these content creators that were around in the previous boom, you can see very similar things being talked about, how the perception changed and where that ended up leading the hobby. I'm just sitting back. I got like a little notepad out. I'm just taking notes, because I just want to learn. My position right now as a business, as a collector, is just to sit back, to watch, and to learn. As a business, I'm not just sitting back and doing nothing. I'm actively selling. I'm selling all the time. I'm definitely taking advantage of the increased demand in the hobby, but I'm not playing around with $500 booster boxes, okay? I'm selling bulk cards and I'm buying and selling collections, okay? I'm buying and selling Magic collections and cards and singles. I'm playing in a whole different playground, okay? I'm like at the kindergarten, I'm at the little kids table, okay? I'm just sitting there, we're chilling. I'm playing with my little Legos, my little Mega Blocks. And I can see the big kids playing, okay? They got the jungle gym, they got all the things, and I'm just watching, okay? Because eventually I will be able to graduate into that, and I want to be able to navigate it well. And this whole video is about navigating the hobby. So what I want to encourage you, the last part of this video, whether it's 5 or 7 minutes here, is how to navigate the hobby. If you've made it to this point in the video, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree that maybe these are some top signals? Maybe this is the beginning of the end, so to speak. Or do you think that this is never going to stop? You think it only goes up from here? You think that we're calling Pokemon's bluff? They'll never be able to catch up? I mean, look at them. They're printing Mega Evolutions English packs in a German box. I mean, can you imagine how collectible that thing's going to be? Depending on how widely available it is. Let me know. I'm okay if we disagree. I'm okay being wrong, by the way, but I want to put my ideas and thoughts out there because that's what it's all about. So how do you navigate this? Well, I'm going to approach this from like a collector standpoint and from a business standpoint. So from a collector standpoint, I really recommend you, if you literally just love the Pokemon cards, you want to build binders, look at more affordable sets. Look at Surging right now. Surging is at one of the lowest points it's been at since release, okay? Like, you haven't been able to find Surging at these low of prices basically since it released. Maybe Surging is a set you can go back to. I love that Ceruledge IR. I wish I had a whole binder of just that card, okay? You can chase after that Pikachu if you're looking for a big chase, or you can just try to collect some of the set and get some IRs that you really love. Other sets, Stellar Crown. People hate on it. It's not a super in-demand set, but it's got some beautiful cards in it. Another set is Journey Together. I think Journey Together is low-key a dark horse, okay? I think Journey Together is kind of hated on right now because it's not the newest, hottest thing. But I think time is going to look back at Journey very favorably, okay? I'm not saying go out and invest your money. If you're just a casual enjoyer, I just think that Journey Together is basically almost MSRP for what you can find online right now. Take advantage of it. Just to rip some packs to continue to enjoy the hobby. Because if you try to engage with all of these brand new, hottest, best things, you are right alongside the scalpers. Because the scalpers are primarily just looking at the newest sets right now, because that's what they can swoop out of the store and then list for double that on Facebook Marketplace. You're also dealing with investors that are looking to jump in and build positions early on for a cheaper price. I mean, evidently right now is the best time to buy, you know, at $300 a box. It's the best time to buy. So I don't know if I agree with that. Obviously I don't, because I'm making this video. So that's my recommendation is don't feel like you have to have the best and newest thing. Look back at older sets, look at sets that are more affordable. It's not gonna be the early Scarlet and Violet, it's not gonna be Sword and Shield, it's gonna be that middle range, okay? Evidently there may be a new collection box releasing with Paldean Fates. When that releases and gets flooded into the market, open some Paldean Fates. Chase after that Bubble Mew, that Charizard, the Gardevoir. Literally, Paldean Fates is an amazing set, okay? Look at Japanese. Japanese is still a bit more expensive than it has been in the past, but it's still more affordable than English, okay? You can still enjoy the hobby in a more affordable way, is all I'm saying. From a business standpoint, and then I'm gonna wrap up this video. From a business standpoint, I actually just gave away my whole perception on this whenever I was explaining like I'm at the kids' table playing with Mega Blocks. Engage in areas of the market that are more approachable. I always advocate for bulk because bulk is affordable. You don't have to have a lot of capital up front. You can jump into bulk for a low amount of capital. Yes, it's a large amount of work that goes into it, but there's a good amount of profit to be made there. And you can be consistent with it. You can grow a deep inventory that way, churn through product. If you have more substantial capital built up, look at buying some mid to large size collections. Just shout out PokePaster TCG, TJ. Dude, I was looking over his, just reviewing his TCG player shop, and it's amazing. I mean, just seeing the amount of cards, like high in demand, really beautiful cards that he has, because he's able to jump in and buy these collections and turn those over. It's really amazing. Okay, I like TJ's inventory and my inventory couldn't be more different, you know? I do buy collections and sell, but whenever I have more in-demand cards and I have a large amount of them, they sell so quickly, y'all. It's crazy. So it was cool seeing a shop with like 3,000 cards that I'd be like, oh man, I wish I had that one and that one and that one. Anyways, shout out. Like, I've been shouting out so many content creators in this video. Engage in areas of the hobby and of the market that aren't, are more approachable. So collection buying, look at bulk. You could even look at importing Japanese. I think a lot of people have backed away from Japanese right now because of the tariff situation, but there's still amazing people you can work with, and it's still something you can definitely engage with and make money with. Other than that, look at other TCGs. I actually just in the last couple months have branched out into Magic the Gathering. I absolutely love it. First of all, Magic the Gathering has beautiful cards. It's a fun game. It's a player's game. So if you're going from Pokemon to Magic, you're going from a collector's environment to a player's environment, and you need to learn how to navigate that well. Because if you jump into Magic and you try to act and behave the same way you do in Pokemon, you're destined to fail. Okay? I just said destined. I didn't say rivals. You're destined to fail. It doesn't work the same way. And so you need to learn about the game. You need to learn about the environment and the culture of Magic. And it's a really fun situation. It's kind of like learning a new language, but it's really, really amazing. And I'm so happy that I branched out and started learning more about Magic and kind of reconnecting with my high school self. Like I played Magic in high school. I played Yu-Gi-Oh in high school. So I have some Yu-Gi-Oh bulk from some bulk buys kind of set away. And eventually I will get to it. But right now my focus has been Pokemon and Magic. So that's what I would recommend from a collector standpoint and from a business standpoint. We're 20 minutes into the video right now, guys. That's wild. I don't typically release 20-minute videos, but if you're still here, comment a rocket emoji down below because the market is booming. No one can deny that, but I honestly think that we are seeing some top signals that are absolutely crazy. My last kind of note here is if you want to be an investor, okay? If you're new to the hobby and you see videos from Nostalgianomics, you see videos from people like Cardinal, you see videos from, oh my gosh, I can't remember their name. It's fine. Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles. You see all these videos from people that are engaging in more of that side of things. Cardinal is kind of a local card store, so maybe not the best to throw in there, but Dan and Alex, Nostalgianomics. And you're thinking like, oh my gosh, like I want to jump in, I want to have some product and I want to hold on to it for the foreseeable future. I think that's awesome. I think that you can engage in the hobby that way. You can collect sealed products and display it. But here's my recommendation is don't look at Destiny Rivals boxes. It's okay to miss out. Look at look at the products that are being released in mass. Okay, so Prismatic Evolutions, they just flooded the market with a ton of ETBs and everything, like with Costco and with Sam's Club. Even though that product will likely be bought up by bots and by scalpers, all of the botters and scalpers have short-term mindsets. They are looking to buy something and flip it for 20, 25 bucks, maybe 50 if they sell it for double. An investor's mindset is to jump in at the lowest price you can and then hold for a long period of time. And you have to decide, like, what is your approach? Are you actually in it for a long time, or do you just like the idea of it? Like, you need to do some self-searching there. But if you're actually in it for the long term, then picking up a box, picking up an ETB instead of at $60, you buy it at $90 is not bad. You know what I mean? Like you can pick up some ETBs at $90. You're only $30 above what like MSRP would be. And I think that is still a pretty good place to start. Throw it in your closet, display it on a shelf. Don't listen to all the voices in your head that tell you to open it and that the Pikachu from Surging Sparks is in it, because I definitely listen to those sometimes. But just enjoy the hobby. All of this is to say, enjoy the hobby. Do not make decisions. Be careful. I mean, make any decision you want. We're all adults here. I mean, most of us probably watching this are adults. You can spend your money how you want to. If you want to buy $500 booster boxes of Destiny Rivals and you think it's only going to go up and you think that's the wisest choice with your money, I respect you. Fully, do what you think is best. It doesn't mean that that's what I have to do. It doesn't mean that that's what my opinion has to be. But I'm happy for you living out what you believe. But yeah, just remember, guys, enjoy the hobby. Yeah, hope you guys have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.